Okay. Brendan Fallon here. I got some feedback on, hello everyone, on my burger, the cheese spider, whatever, the talking cheeseburger. And I've been working really hard on a solution. I'm going too fast. So I got some feedback on my burger. On the last animation, his mouth was too jittery. I just used a switch layer, and so it went from, A to O to whatever. It was just very jittery. And so they're like, if you're going to be doing this sort of animation when it's this close, you're going to need it to be a smoother transition. And I know that I can make bone layers over here and make, for example, like this is just for the pickle. You can see, you can like stretch the tongue out wide. And I know I can do this to animate it for these mouth shapes to make it smooth. But I was thinking, is there a faster way where I can make a transition circle? I made this up myself to try and speed up, so have each of these bones be able to enable it to do a different mouth position. So if I have a center target bone here and I move these other target bones to then affect it, it then moves that shape. So if I go to the F area, then it moves it into the F shape. Cool. Then if I move it over here to the O shape, then it makes the O. And then you can have these smooth transitions into it. The problem that I'm seeing with this circle method is that it's really finicky and challenging. If I go just a little too far, it activates the F bone. Now that's fine if you want to bend two together, but it's making it more challenging than it really needs to be to accomplish this. And so I think for a faster production way, I have another idea. Instead of making it in this circle, which it's always going to be a circle, instead of making it where it has each section like this, we're going to have it have a north section, a south section, an east section, and a west section. So it's going to be a cross. And that way you can play off the X and Y axis instead of making it go in a full circle. So to accomplish this, we're going to group together similar looking mouth shapes on a scale from rest all the way up to extremely open. And then it's going to be the exact opposite, maybe this way. And then it's going to be a different direction going this way. So we're going to have two mouth shapes going north. We'll have like an E section here and then an A section above. So for example, E right here is, you don't really have a rest. I guess this will be our rest just for an example. E is naturally smaller than the A section is. So we're going to go from here to E to A. So if we have this here, this section is going to be the E section in this bone layer. I'm going to make it so the bone layer, when this layer goes, excuse me, I can't move this, but let's say when it's halfway, that's going to be the E. When it's full, it's going to be the A. So that way it's going to be a smooth transition from here. So if I bring this up, this will be the E, this will be the A. And then we can meld it back so they can be like, hello, my name is the Talking Cheeseburger. Ha 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 ha. And then you can come over to the eastern section and then add in. So if you want to be like hell, and then there's an L, ha, this would be the E, for example, and the HE, ha, and then over here it'll be an L. Let's pretend that's an L shape. You can gradually go L and then gradually push this on to try and. Now that's a bad example because it's not easing into it. So there we go. Hell, and then oh. So you see how it's so finicky here? I'm going to change. So hopefully that made sense. If it doesn't, that's fine. I'm going to remake it. I'm going to give it the correct circle. I'm going to have the north, south, east, west right off the XY axis quadrants, whatever. And hopefully it'll be a lot more smoother and easy for you to see. I'm really excited about this, though. I think this will be a really smart way for maybe even other people to animate mouths. I've never seen it in any tutorial done like this before, and I think it'll really speed up. So I like having these over here, I like being able to do it on the fly if I need to customize the mouth to look a specific way. But I was just thinking there has to be a better way to do this for like the speediness if I want to be able to just, hello, I am a burger. So, there has to be ways. And you can see I already have these bones edited off of the here, so that's fine. It's a faster way to do it by just throwing around this target bone at a bunch of other different positions. So I'm a programmer by trade. I'm a web developer, full stack. And one of the things that we are constantly doing is we're making stuff future friendly and dynamic. So if something changes to the code, if something's added, if new data is entered, if the new row is entered, it's still going to work because our code handles it well. Well, the same is true here, where if I want to do a different mouth position, I'm going to able to I can add a different mouth position down here. It's always going to be there. It's always going to work. It's future friendly. If I have this once, I can copy and paste it into another project really well or fast, which is true for any bone or switch layer, I guess. But I just think this smooth transition is just something that's reusable, and it's reusable easily. So I'll make my second edit. I just wanted you to see what the original was and the thought process behind it. Before I actually switch over to showing you guys the correct, or in my way of thinking, the better version. Now, to be fair, this is not a lost cause. I could make this work. For example, if you look at this right now, right here, this bone has a 45-degree angle. I could make it 180-degree angle, so negative 180. So now the bone is open all out here. So if I wanted to do this, I can go into the F bone. I could go out here, and I could say right here, I'm going to copy this. This is the neutral. I'm going to throw a neutral here. I'm going to take this. I'm going to make it 45-degree angle. I'm going to come here. I'm going to say this is going to be a 90-degree. I'm going to copy this again, come out to here, paste it, but I'm going to make it at this 45. I'm going to come out here and bring it all the way down to here. So now what happens is that it's only going to be hitting the animation from right here to right here. So only from the 45 to the 90, and from, again, the 45 to the 90. The reason this is more tricky, though, is because of these other bone layers. They're going to have to be doing the exact same thing. So from right here, it's not going to be showing anything. I just don't think the smooth transition will work as well doing this. It's possible. You could work a lot harder to make this a reality, but the next way I'm going to show you with using the XY axis, it's going to be a lot more smooth. Some of you might be thinking, well, I don't actually know how to do this. This looks crazy complicated. You have a bone here that has a rotate, and then you have a target, and then what's going on? So I'll show you real quick about what I'm doing. And again, I'm not the best at these tutorials, so but I really think this is cool, so that's why I'm taking time to show. So this is my F bone, right? You know it has the bone layer. You know what it's doing. You can see here it's just rotating, and then I'm just editing this on the rotate, right? That's it. So this is very simple. Everyone's done smart bones. What's different is I'm taking a target and I'm targeting the FF bone. That's right here, okay? The FF bone has a position control bone, which is just this little guy here. So when I move this around, it moves this bone. This bone then can trigger this bone. So if it goes out, it triggers it into activating if it moves it around. So again, I'll show you how that works. So remember, delete these. So I'm grabbing my transform tool, my transform bone, and I'm grabbing this, and you see when I move this around? See this bone, the A bone, the FF bone, the OO bone, O bone. When I move it, it moves that bone. And do you see how, so watch. So you see how this guy's over here now? So when I go like this, it activates it. But when it comes down here, it unactivates it. And then I can do the same thing for over here. Now I haven't edited to the O bone layer to do it. I just think it's a better idea to not do it this way, because it's faster for production to do just the XY axis. Because if you do it this way, you're going to have to fart around and edit every single layer to work smoothly. And do you see how it kind of like, then it clicks off? I just think it's going to be better done by using. So this is something interesting. If you go to this AA bone, I'm turning off this X axis. So it can't go left or right. It can only go up and down. The reason that's good is because it gives you more control. Whereas this bone, it has both of them edited. So no matter what, you can move it around and it follows this target bone. It's better, in my opinion, to do it this way. Doesn't mean it's the only way. It's just, I think it's faster to set up, easier to control, and if you can get it set up faster, why not do it this way? And then you can have multiple transition circles if you have more than. So the way I'm going to be doing it is I'm going to have quadrants. You're going to have the E section and then the A on top. So you're going to have in each. So in the north section, you're going to have two sections within subsections within the north section. Same is going to be true over here. All right. That was 11 minutes of explaining what I'm doing and why I think this is better. So as you can see, so this will be the E section right here, and then it'll go up to A. So I already kind of showed that. But if I go left, do you see how these, the FF bone and the OO bone are following my target around? That's because of the XY. I'll show you. That's because of the parent or position control bone has it turned on for both the Y and the X axis. So for this one, it's only turned on for the Y axis, not the X. So if I really wanted to, I could turn this off. And now it's only going to go left and right. So, okay, I messed up. I put it on the Y axis. But you see what I'm saying? It only goes out, whereas this one still can be triggered to go out like that. Okay, stay tuned. Thanks for watching. This is really exciting. I think this will help for sure my animation because it'll just make it faster. But maybe you guys would like to copy or share with someone else too. Okay, I will post soon and give you the updated account right after this. All right, hello. So I finished creating this, as you can see here. Let's scroll in some. So this is the old transition wheel, and it's awesome. But I couldn't get it to work. Like I was explaining previously, it just didn't work because these were too close to get them to blend out the smart bone that's supposed to, yeah, anyways. So here, I redid it. I made it into a transition square instead of a circle because over here, you'll see there's 3 of them and it wouldn't fit evenly into the circle. This one was like out of the circle and it just looked ugly. So I made a square. And as you can tell, it just doesn't look as pretty. Ugh, but it works, and it works so far pretty well. Now I haven't synced up all of these mouse shapes to the character yet, so these bones literally do nothing now. But the idea is that the E, the A, and the L, N. So the E is here, then it goes to A, which is a little bit more open, and then it goes to the L, which is just the A, but with the tongue up. So it goes in that order up. Then if you want to go blended even, you can have, oops, I have to make this a little bit bigger so you can see it. So you can go EALN, EALN. But then let's say you want to have it over in the W. Well, you go like this. Now it's in the W range. Now it's in the O range, the Q range, right? It does that all the way through. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. And this is I'll show you exactly how one of these pairs is set up. And then you just repeat it for all the steps. So, bone, click on the thing, on the first bone. Now, this is the smart bone that controls the mouth. This grabs this target bone. I just threw a bone max and min degree on it so it just can open and close here. So it swings like this, as do all of them. Okay, so this connects, its target is this, meaning this works only when this is moved. So let's click here. There's nothing special here except for the fact it connects to the T-mouth. That's what this Transition bone is called, target bone is called right here. So when you move this around, it moves this. And this is connected to this smart bone action. So when this moves, this gets brought into action. Turning it on or off. Easing into it, though. So it's not just a smart bone layer or a switch layer. It's smooth. It's a nice transition. The cool thing about this now is the way I set this up. So I copied this. I don't know who made this, but thank God for them. That's awesome. This right here is set up in a way where the transition obviously goes closed to most open. The same is true for over here. So the WR, which is here, it's the most open. And then it goes to O. Well, so this one's flipped around a little bit because of the fact it gets smaller as it goes, which is fine. I think it'll work great, actually. And the reason that is because when you go from an L, let's say lone, so LONE, you can do that because it goes from open to more closed. Whereas you wouldn't just go from LO, you wouldn't like close it and then go open. So this will make it a smooth transition. So if we go here, right, it'll be like LO NE, lone. Yeah, LONE. LOAN. Yeah, words are fun, especially when I'm trying to multitask. So, whatever words you're spelling. So I set this up in a specific way so that way when you're going through words, it makes sense to blend it. And it might be best to show a practical example. But that's how I set all this up. I might need to make this a little bit more, I might need to like hide these bones. The real reason I'm setting them out now is so that you can all see them. But the only one that's going to be visible in the future is this target bone. Or whatever it's called. So yeah. So what I'm going to do now then is set up all of these faces, these mouth positions for this, and give a live example. So, and then I probably will give a before and after from the switch layer method where this is super jerky and he's opening his mouth and he's saying like, well, here, I'll play it and just.
Hello? Is anyone out there?
Okay, so hello, is anyone out there? Something like that. Right. So I'm going to give an example about what it'll look like after I set up all of these. So what I'm going to do now is, just in case anyone else wants to do this, there's only 4 bones here that actually have any action going on. These bones are just target bones, meaning that they just tell this. So this bone just tells this bone when to move. And look, if I go left and right, it doesn't trigger it. It's only when I go up and down because this is only a y-axis bone. Right? This means X, Y, X, Y. So this is only a y-axis bone. It doesn't care about anything to do with the x-axis. So when I move this around, that's what it do. Okay. All right. So, and now all I'm going to do then is I'm going to make a smart bone for the east bone, the north bone, the south bone, and the west bone. And I'm going to fill in each. So for example, when the bone is here, I'm going to turn this layer on. And this mouse shape is all one. So this right here. When it is approximately here, I'm going to turn the E on. And then I'm going to morph it to the A. And then I'm going to morph it to the LN. And then I'll do the same thing for all of them. So the north, south, east, west are all the smart bones that you'll need to make these. The degree is what will matter. So for here, this is what I'm going to say this one's just on. But you're going to have to, if you follow through, and I might just record myself in a speed up version doing it myself. So that way you can understand what I'm trying to communicate here because there's just a lot happening. But as you scroll up, see how this bone is, remember, this has a 180 degree, 0 to 180. So it goes 0, and then 180, which is up here. It's straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down is 0, straight up is 180. As it goes up, this isn't approximately 45. 45 would probably be like this degree. But as soon as it hits about 45 degrees, that's where we're going to turn on the E. When it hits 90 degrees, that's where we're going to turn on the A. When it hits the 180 or it's like, it'd be like 120. When it hits the 120 range, we'll turn on the LN. And the same will be true for over here. And this will just be, once it's 45 and then once it's 90, and then that'll be good. So that's how I'm going to set it up. Like I said, I'll probably record myself doing that so that you can all see, and hopefully this helps someone. Okay. Hello. All right. So I just finished um, getting this all rigged up the way it should be. As you saw, so I have on the screen here, you can see my mouse. I have the EALN all added onto this north bone. This east bone has these, south bone has these, west bone has these. So they're all hooked up. And when you edit this, then, so I'm going to So we're going to come into the audio. Let's minimize this some so we have more of the layers. We're going to go into the audio. We're going to get rid of the wind so we can hear it more clearly. How do you mute it? Okay, that didn't work. Visible? I probably won't mute it at all, will it?
Is anyone out there?
Perfect. Okay, so just taking the eyes off somehow mutes it, which is awesome. So now we're going to come here. You can still see the... Great. So let's try this out. I've never done this before. This is going to be a great learning opportunity. Okay. So, heh, heh, which is basically an E. Okay. Okay. Now I need it from here. Bring it to the L. Interesting. It's not lifting up higher than it as it should. Why is that? Oh, it's freaking out there. Okay. Wonder why. Okay. Okay, and then from here, gonna bring it to the O.
Hello?
Okay, and then we're slowly gonna bring it back down to neutral. Okay. Interesting. So that's neutral? Should be neutral right there. I guess that's neutral.
Hello?
Okay.
Is anyone out there?
Is. So E. E. And then we'll bring it down to, oops, right here. Bring that, whoops, I keep grabbing the wrong thing. So bring that is good. Okay, and then we'll bring it up to, oh, whoops. I'm going to need to hide these, so that's something I probably should have done before this, but I'll try and be more accurate with my... is eh. There we go. NE. So then we're going to bring it down some. Maybe not that far down. We'll just bring it down a little bit. Okay, then we're going to bring it to an O. One has a little bit of a bite to it. So give it a little bit of a bite for an N. Any one shows a little bit of teeth. One. Go straight back to an O. I don't know if I like this O. We'll do it here. Okay. Yeah, I'm really gonna have to hide these. Ow. Out. Now bring it up to the E. There. And then we'll bring it down here for the back to neutral. Okay, so let's see. Let's go here and we'll do 72. And let's loop this, scroll in and see how well or bad it does.
Hello? Is anyone out there? Hello? Is anyone out there?
Okay.
Hello? Is any...
So it would greatly benefit from having me put the just like a rest keyframe here. Where on the bone layer, I don't see it. There it is. Okay. Good.
Is anyone out there?
Great. And then we'll start it here. It's probably up. We'll just bring it back down here. Start off with. Now let's watch it again and see if it's smoother. Bring it all the way back.
Hello? Is anyone out there? Hello? Is anyone out there? Hello? Is anyone out there? Hello? Is anyone out there?
Okay, now let's compare that. So all this work, because I had some feedback, the mouth should be smoother. And I think it did accomplish the smoothness, and maybe with a little bit of playing with it, it'll get it right. So this is the old one.
Hello? Is anyone out there? Hello? 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 Is anyone out there?
Compare that, then.
Hello? Is anyone out there?
So it still has that little bit of a...
Is anyone out there?
I think it is smoother.
Hello? Is anyone out there?
I think just right here it gets a little bit too busy. I think that's one of the reasons too. So let's delete that. That might help. Just kind of thinning out it some.
Hello? Is anyone out there?
That was a lot
Hello?
better.
Is anyone out there?
Wow.
Hello? Is anyone out there? Hello? Is anyone out there?
Cool. Okay. Well, I'm happy with it. All this work to say, it's done. Stayed up last night trying to invent this thing, and then it just worked out better here. Now, I think you'll get a lot better results using fewer keyframes, allowing it to do the actual transition instead of you putting in a keyframe or a switch layer. You know how you have to do it sometimes. You have to do this like minor changes to make it look more steady. Let Moho do its work here and let it transition for you and make it look smooth. So less keyframes is better. Just give the actual letter the sound of the letter on the exact spot, the position, and that should work. Trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, it'll work a lot better too when you're not using a sandwich, when you're using an actual mouth. We're using this actual mouth shapes. It's harder to do with like a hamburger because he has like a pickle for a tongue, right? Whoops. So he has like this gooey cheese and his eyes aren't done correctly in this. I just did it fast for just the mouth shapes and like, his tongue, and it's just done very burger like and not good for like a normal mouth, but at least it looked more realistic. But I'm very confident that if you apply this to a normal mouth shape, it'll be a lot better. Okay. Well, this has been about an hour of farting around with it. I hope someone out there finds it interesting. I know I'm definitely going to use it again to be more smooth in my mouth shapes, and then I'll probably have this as a primary. And then when I want it to look more unique, I'll have this is for the tongue, the pickle. I'm probably going to have more where you can squash and stretch the burger bun and the burger, and probably each layer will have its own little bit of this, so I'll be able to really flare it around. So I'll have this as the primary to do the majority of the work. And when I want to make it look special for a unique scene, or if he wants to smile or give him more character, or maybe make a different face, or maybe transform, that'll be done over here. So these will be the extras to amplify the way the burger works. So great, thanks for watching, everyone. Brendan Fountain with SkunkBurger. Let me know. I'm interested to hear if any of you find this helpful, interesting. If you have like feedback about how I could do it better. Like I said, I've never seen a tutorial that's done some form of transition like this outside of just dragging around the points itself, but actually using smart bones and a structure to make that a reality. So I'm very interested to hear what you have to say. I love working with people, chatting with people online about Moho stuff. So if you have any tips, tricks, hints for me or the community, please let me know. Okay, thanks everyone. Bye.